Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you all can hear me and are welcome to join me for game two of the series of the Somerset Patriots against the Reading Fightin Phils. We are doing another live remote stream. I'm at First Energy Stadium. Emily Messina here with you on the airwaves. And there is Reading High graduation going on First Energy Stadium's field right now, but the boys are playing baseball in Somerset, New Jersey as they head onto the field, and the national anthem is playing in Somerset. We get ready to start things off for game two of the series. Very exciting. Today, the Somerset Patriots are rehabbing Zach Britton of the New York Yankees, who has been out since March 15th with an injury. And he had started his rehab with the Patriots back on the 29th of May. And this is his second appearance for the team. They won yesterday's game 6-1 over the Reading Fightin Phils, but the Fightins look back to get in the win column with Taylor Lehman on the mound. Lehman, one of those pitchers who has gone back and forth between the starting position and the bullpen spot. And starting off on the field is going to be Somerset. Of course, Zach Britton on the mound. Behind him, his defense, Peta, Beltre, and Gilliam gets the start today in right field. This is our first time seeing him. Burt at third, Castillo at short, Dunn at second, and Garcia at first. Sands once again behind the plate. And in order for the Fightins, batting first, Daniel Brito. Bryson Stott makes his second start, and Jorge Bonifacio in that number 3 spot. Nick Matera, the designated hitter tonight. I believe he's behind the plate again. Colby Fitch, the designated hitter tonight. McCarthy Tatum in between them. Then Luke Miller, Josh Stephen, and Dalton Guthrie round out the 7, 8, and 9 spot. Out on the mound, Zach Britton is getting ready to start. He's throwing his final warm-up pitches, and here at First Energy Stadium, the Reading High graduates are processing onto the field as the pomp and circumstance is playing. They're just about to get underway with their high school graduation. I'm told there is about 750 students graduating this year, so the ballpark is pretty full here at First Energy Stadium, but the game is set to begin in Somerset, New Jersey at TD Bank Ballpark. I've been told over there it's about 73 degrees today, partly cloudy, and just a slight wind, 7 miles per hour right to left. And the first pitch from Zach Britton is ready to go as Daniel Breedoff will be the first batter for the Fightin Phils. They're in their road gray uniforms once again with the red and navy cap. Cursive R on the front, while the Patriots are in their home white pinstripes. And they've got a navy hat on tonight. Here's the first offering from Zach Britton, a called strike right down the middle. So as I said before, Britton has already appeared in one game for the Patriots in his rehab start. He went 1 inning, just 1 hit, and he threw 1 wild pitch, no runs allowed. First pitch of the game coming in at 7:07 p.m. in Somerset, New Jersey. His offering to Brito, he chops it down, but it's going to go foul. And Britton ready to cover on that pitch. He runs over. So the count will move to 1-2. Brito has arguably been the Fightin's most consistent hitter. Last night he was the only player to have 2 hits in the game. So he'll stay alive now as Britton takes a deep breath and heads back up onto the mound. On March 15th of this year, Britton had a bone spur removed, and he'll get Brito down on called strike, so that'll be the first out in the top of the first inning. And that was a successful surgery, a bone spur removed in his elbow. So he needed some time to recover. He was put on the 60-day IL, so his first game eligible back was May 29th, and that is when he began on the nose. I was told he did have some soreness in his elbow, so he's trying to work through that here in Double-A before heading back to the majors. And he throws one to Bryson Stott low. Stott in just his second game in Double-A after being called up yesterday. He went 0 for 3 with a walk, but also got on base due to a fielder's choice. So he did spend some time on the Double-A base paths yesterday. The next pitch coming inside, and that's 2 balls and no strikes to Bryson Stott. And I apologize if you can't hear the pomp and circumstance going on behind me. A lot of graduates coming in. Stott hits right into the shift. It's picked up by Burt, who's standing at short. He'll throw it across the diamond, and that's out number 2 in the top of the first. So now Britton on to face Bonifacio, and this is interesting. Matchup probably one that Britton did not expect to have. This will be a competitive at-bat with the former major leaguer Bonifacio and, of course, the 10-year MLB veteran Zach Britton. And the first offering is low for a ball. Bonifacio, 3 home runs on the year, all 3 coming on the same day. A doubleheader in the last series against the Richmond Flying Squirrels, one of which was a grand slam. He started off hot, just joining the team in that series only about a week ago. He'll take a called strike outside. And now the offering from Britton, it's way inside for a ball. The count moves to 1-2. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. And Bonifacio stepping so far back in the batter's box that he actually has 1 foot on that painted line in the righty box. He'll take a ball inside, and the count moves to 3-1 as the former major leaguer fights through this at-bat. And the lefty deals inside again, and Britton will give up a walk to Jorge Bonifacio. So Bonifacio jogs down to first near Luis Martinez, the first base coach tonight. And that will bring up the number 4 hitter today for the Fightins, and he has been pretty much every time he's in the lineup, Nick Matera. So a runner on here with 2 outs as the Fightins look to strike first. Yesterday they gave up a couple runs early on and struggled to get on base. The first offering to Matera is outside. They gave up 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 more in the fifth. Their only run of the day coming in the third. So they lost 6-1 yesterday in Game 1 against Somerset. But a new day here, and they're starting it off on a positive note with a runner on as Matera chops 1 foul. Somerset, a new addition to the league, as they joined as the Double-A Yankees affiliate just over the off season. Pretty good crowd in the back of this camera shot I'm looking at. And now Britton deals to Matera, swing and a miss. He chases one in the dirt. Bonifacio on first after walking. There's 2 outs here in the top of the first. And the lefty fires home to Sands. Matera drives it deep to left field. Is it going to hang foul? It does. Just moves foul. So we'll do it all again as the count is still 1-2 to Nick Matera. Britton, the lefty, steps on the third base side of the rubber. He keeps both legs straight. His left arm hangs down while his glove is covering his mouth. Then he'll stick his hand in his glove while he keeps it at his head and deliver the pitch to Patera, which is once again fouled back. I can see the American flag blowing in the breeze coming in just slightly. And Matera fighting through this at-bat against the lefty. Interesting to me that they're having Britton come out as a starter when he's usually a back of the bullpen guy, usually 8th inning or so. And Matera punches one up the first baseline, but it rolls foul. The Yankees typically use him in front of their closer, Aroldis Chapman, and I expect that they'll do so when he returns back, probably as their 8th or 7th inning guy. He did, back when he was with the Orioles, start in a different role, but once they moved him to the closer session, that's where he really shined. And here's the offering now to Matera. It gets by Sands. It's a wild pitch as Bonifacio is hustling over to second. So wild pitch is recorded for Zach Britton, and runner in scoring position now with 2 outs as Jorge Bonifacio moves over to second. So the count now moves to 2-2 as the 7th pitch of the at-bat comes into Nick Matera, who is fighting against this major leaguer. Bonifacio taking a few steps off of second. Instead, Matera calls time, steps outside of the box. He'll take a short break, and now he'll step back into the righty batter's box. Looking back at Bonifacio is Britton. Now he comes home. Matera drives one deep to left field, going back at the wall. Peta, and it's gone. Zach Britton, the major leaguer, gives up a 2-run bullet to Nick Matera, his 4th of the season as the Fightins get up 2-0 here early on. And Matera just swung through a fastball that was left up high in the zone and just knocked a bullet into the left field billboards. Let's see that again. She used his hips all the way through it, a beautiful swing. And a 2-run bomb for Nick Matera puts the Fightins on top. So Fightins lead 2-0 here as McCarthy Tatum steps into the batter's box. He'll foul off the first pitch he sees. And that's why Matera's been in that cleanup spot. He just has the power, and when he's in, he's in. And Tatum fouling another one back from Britton. The count falls to 0-2. 2 outs here in the top of the first, but the Fightins now lead 2-0. And I was told that the Yankee big leaguer would go 1, if not possibly 2 innings here in just his second outing in his rehab. So we'll see if he makes it past this first. And it's just low, evading McCarthy Tatum's strike zone, and the count is now 1-2. Britton's had a tough time this past year. He got COVID in January. He struggled through that, and then he struggled with his elbow soreness so much so that they found out he had to get a bone spur removed, and he's been recovering from that ever since. But even earlier in his career, he struggled with injury. He had some forearm soreness that kept him out for quite a while, and then unfortunately he also ruptured his Achilles. and spent time rehabbing for that. And we just saw Roman Quinn with tough Achilles injury himself the other day. So ball comes into McCarthy Tatum, and the count evens 2-2 as the Fightins are fighting their way through these at-bats, showing real patience at the plate and strength. And now another ball comes into McCarthy Tatum, and he works his way back from an 0-2 count to a full count against the Major League rehabber. 2 runs have already scored for the Fightins. Here's the payoff pitch, swing and a miss from Tatum, and Britton gets himself out of the top of the first, but not before Nick Matera sends a 2-run shot over the fence. We're going to be right back with the bottom half of the first inning with the Somerset Patriots up to bat. We're going to take a short break.
Gear up for the Fightin' Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phils team store at First Energy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with the eXp Realty Group throughout the 2021 season. Visit their convenient website at brgpa.com. The custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and their talented team of agents is here to answer all your questions. Call them today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Group is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils at all 7 Savage 61 Fiesta Friday games during the 2021 season. eXp Realty Group, where every move matters.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs.
So a good start to this Fightins game here early on as they hit it. Nick Matera hits a 2-run bomb off of Zach Britton, scoring Jorge Bonifacio, who was on base because of a walk. And the Fightins lead 2-0 going into the bottom of the first inning. Taylor Lehman will take the start for Reading today. Lehman has gone 1-0 in his starts. He's pitched 10 1/3 innings, 16 strikeouts, and has held batters to a 2.68 ERA. Behind him in the field, Stephen Guthrie and Bonifacio left to right in the outfield. Tatum, Stott at short, Brito at second, and Miller at first, and of course Nick Matera behind the plate. The first offering from Lehman to Beltre is a ball. Lehman's strikeout to walks ratio is almost 2 times more strikeouts than he allows walk, as Beltre sends one high in the sky coming over Steven and Bonifacio, but it's Bonifacio and Wright who's going to make the catch, and that'll be one away for Somerset. So now Diego Castillo up at the plate. Castillo was one of the 3 members of the Patriots squad who hit home runs last night. He hit a home run in the first inning out to left field. But we'll see how he heads up against Taylor Lehman. And the offering is a called strike at the knees. Lehman, an interesting story, too. He is from the Pittsburgh area, and he chose to go and play at Penn State University, which, as you know, is on the other side of the state, and he'll send a ball into Castillo 1-1. He was drafted out of high school in the 34th round by the Marlins, but turned it down to go play in college and go get his degree at PSU. And the lefty is offering home now. It's in the dirt. It's a ball. And so he went and played at college. He had a great time at college. Played some really good baseball. And graduated with an agricultural business management degree, which I'll have to ask him exactly what that is as the count moves to 3-1 on Castillo. And then he was signed by Philadelphia in 2018 and has been with the organization ever since, now moving up to AA here in 2021. So his 3-1 offering is low, but it's a called strike, and Castillo thinks that the ball starts jogging down to first, but West behind the plate says it is a called strike. So West behind the plate tonight, more shifting over to third, and Biarretta out at the first base call. And now the full count pitch from Lehman. It's a chopper to third base, and they're going to call it foul. A diving Tatum wasn't able to come up with it anyways. So we'll do it again with one away in the bottom of the first. The Fightins lead 2-0. So here's the payoff pitch from Taylor Lehman now. Nick Batera setting up behind the plate, and it's a foul ball as Lehman working hard against Castillo. Lots of cheering going behind me at this graduation. Wonder what the crowd noise is at the ballpark in Somerset. And sending it home is Lehman. It'll be low for a ball, and he will send Castillo to first. So 1 on, 1 out now. In the bottom of the first, the Fightins lead 2-0 off that 2-run shot from Nick Matera. And heading up to the plate now, Donnie Sands. Sands hit two solo home runs yesterday as a part of the 6-run that Somerset hit yesterday. One of two players, him and Dermis Garcia, who follows him in the batting order next. And he'll take a called strike from Lehman. Wind is shifting a little bit out the ballpark, now going about southeast, and he sends it right down at the bottom part of the strike zone. A beautiful fastball at the knees, and he gets ahead 0-2 over Sands. Here's the 0-2 from Lehman. It's popped foul into the stands, up into the concourse area. And we get a close-up now of Lehman taking a deep breath on the mound. And Donnie Sands stepping back into the righty batter's box. Here's the offering. It's in the dirt. A good pick there by Matera to keep it in front of him as Castillo stays over at first base. With one away and a runner on, Taylor Lehman goes home with the 1-2, sending it into right field. It's going to drop in front of Bonifacio as Sands singles to right and Castillo moves over to second. So now 2 on here with just 1 out for Taylor Lehman as he will face Dermis Garcia. another one of the power bats for Somerset. They do not give up easily. Their team's batting average, 244 on the season. Garcia batting 221 with 9 home runs personally. So Lehman going at it again with 2 on and just 1 out. The Fightins lead 2-0. And it looks like Matera will jog down to the mound to have a quick chat with Lehman about how they're going to go about this. This would be a good time for the Fightins to turn 2 and get the double play. Get Lehman out of this inning. The Fightins have had trouble notoriously in the past for getting out of the first inning. That's been something they've really tried to work on, and Lehman has been one of the better ones for the Fightins. He's held batters to a 2.50 ERA in the first inning, and it's going to get a double play. No, they don't get the call from Biarretta at first, as that was fielded beautifully by Stott, sent over to second. And they'll call it a force out as Garcia safe at first. So it should have went 6-4-3. Well, it did go 6-4-3, but they only got the 6 and the 4. Danny Sands out at second, and Castillo shifts over to third as Dermis Garcia reaches on a fielder's choice. So now there's 2 away and runners on the corner for Jason Lopez. But hustling down the line by Dermis Garcia to outrun the double play. And it was a pretty solid slide by Sands, but Brito did make a good throw over to first. And coming home, Lehman, a good block there by Matera to keep it in front of him. Of course, a runner on third now. Can be a little pesky, especially for the lefty who can't see Castillo without turning around. So with 2 outs and runners on the corners, Lehman's pitch home is a called strike, and the count moves to 1-1. Fightins looking to get out of this inning with the lead. Lehman's first inning ERA to this point has been a 4.50. Looking to even it out with no runs on the scoreboard as he sends a strike right down to Jason Lopez. And he'll move ahead 1-2 here. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. Lehman standing 6'8" on the mound, which probably, if you're a batter, boosts him a little bit higher up on the bump. And a big swinging strike from Lopez. He'll go down to Taylor Lehman, and Somerset will strand 2 on the base pass. As we take a short break heading into the top of the second, the Fightins will retain their 2-0 lead.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightins birthday. The Fightins fan birthday package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightins home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightins fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Customers Bank is a proud continued partner of the United Way of Berks County and the Ready, Set, Read initiative. Ready, Set, Read programs focus on improving literacy skills for children from birth through 3rd grade. The Fundamentals of Reading are a community-wide initiative that bring together schools, businesses, organizations, and individuals throughout our area to improve early grade reading success. Customers Bank and the United Way of Berks County are committed to reading success and urge you and your business to support this worthwhile initiative. For more information on Ready, Set, Read and how you can become involved, please visit ReadySetReadBerks.org. And thank you, Customers Bank, for your continued support.
The Reading Fightin'
The end of the day for Zach Britton as Glenn Otto comes out onto the mound for the Somerset Patriots. Thought he might go two, but probably with the traction on the base pass, that'll be the reasoning for his going one. Maybe a little bit of elbow discomfort as he just gets back into his rehab. So Glenn Otto coming out on the mound, which we knew would be the piggyback starter anyways. And Britton now line, 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, both of them earned, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. And of course, the runs were that 2-run shot from Nick Matera. So Otto now onto the mound, and he will face off Fitch, Miller, and Steven. Otto 2-1 on the season, 3.8 ERA in 21 and a third innings pitched. He racked up 35 strikeouts, and Fitch chopping one off. He stays alive as the count moves to 2-2. Otto number 27 out of 30 in the Somerset the Yankees top 30 prospect list. Somerset has a couple others, as Colby Fitch will be called out on strikes, shaking his head as he walks back into the dugout, not happy with a call by West behind the plate at all. And that'll be the 36th punch-out of the summer for Glenn Otto. Luke Miller now heading up to the batter's box. After getting the start as designated hitter yesterday, he'll move to first base today. And he'll take a first pitch outside from Otto. Otto, although he is part of that piggyback system, has only come out as the starter. So this is his first time coming in relief, although it's only the second inning. And, of course, he gets a clean base path. So kind of like a start, although it won't be recorded as one, as Zach Britton came out first. And he'll send another ball into Luke Miller. Here's the 2-0 from the righty Glenn Otto. It's way upstairs and inside, but Miller chases after it, and he's unhappy with himself that he chose to swing at that pitch. So 2-1 now in the count. Otto has a wide stance on the first base side of the rubber. Then he closes it up a little bit. Glove in mitt at the waist. He'll drive one home, and it's a called strike at the knees. So Miller now falls behind in the count just a little bit, 2-2 here to Otto. It is the top of the second. The Fightins lead 2-0. Miller sends one deep to center field, but on the run is Beltre, and with a diving catch, he is able to make the play. So 2 away now here in the top of the second inning, and all eyes on Josh Steven. Steven 0 for 2 yesterday with a walk. And he's out left once again as Bonifacio over in right. And he'll take a first pitch outside for a ball. Now, Steven, although only 5 hits on the season, does have 11 walks to his name and 8 RBIs as well, so he is good when it really counts. And Fightins are up 2-0 here in the top of the second. Coming home is Otto, popping it up. Steven. Coming in from center is Beltre. Going out at short is Castillo, and Castillo calls everyone off and makes the grab in shallow left center. So 1-2-3 inning for Otto in relief. We'll take a short break, and then we'll be back with the bottom half. Stick around.
What does it mean to bank locally with Tompkins? It means keeping your money in your community with a team of neighbors to guide you through big decisions and milestones, plus all the convenience of our mobile app where you can manage your account, deposit checks remotely, send money to family and friends, even turn your card off if it gets misplaced, then back on when you find it. Ready to bank locally with the team at Tompkins? Visit Tompkins Vist Bank online or at a branch to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Copa de la Diversión is an initiative of MILB which creates alternate identities for teams across the country wishing to better reach out to their Latino communities. The new identity represents more than a luchador. Luchar means to fight for, and luchador translates to fighter. But it also signifies a specific type of fighter, a masked wrestler. The mask logo pays tribute to some of the most notable elements of the city of Reading. Embodied in the luchador's masks is Reading's pagoda, surrounded by 23 sun rays representing the Latin American countries and Puerto Rico. Down the bridge of the nose is Reading's fire tower. Home plate serves as a luchador's mouth, with First Energy Stadium's facade creating the upper lip. Below the chin are train tracks, symbolic of the historic Reading Railroad. And along the side are baseball seams, a nod to Baseball Town's rich history. Fans can look forward to the R-Phils players suiting up in Los Luchadores de Reading caps and jerseys on specific games throughout the season.
Here we are in the bottom of the second inning as Gilliam Isaiah heading up to bat. It's our first time seeing this. On the first pitch, drives it to Bryson Stott. Stott across the diamond, and that'll be that to Gilliam. So one away quickly in the bottom of the second for Taylor Lehman, and Oliver Dunn heading out to the plate. Lehman right now at just 22 pitches here, trying to get out of the second quickly as the Fightins went down 1-2-3 back in the top of the first. And again on the first pitch, Dunn swinging, this time to second base. Brito picking it up in a soft toss over to Miller. And that'll be quickly 2 away for Lehman on just 2 pitches. Somerset aggressive hitting right now, but they're just not getting the job done. As Matt Pita heads up to the plate, we'll see if he goes on the first pitch for the third time in a row. And the offering from Lehman, it's outside for a ball, so he doesn't swing on the first pitch there. Pita batting .235 coming into today's game, but he's got a .638 OPS, so he gets on base pretty well as he fouls the next pitch behind him into the netting behind home plate. Pita had a nice double in yesterday's contest that bounced all the way off the left field walls. And the lefty Lehman takes a deep breath. Now he kicks and fires home. It's right down the middle for a called strike from West. I'm surprised the crowd in Somerset is not bigger for that major league rehabbing here and such a beautiful night outside. Although, I understand it's a Wednesday and such, but it is almost the summertime, just a few more days till the official start of summer as Lehman's offering comes in upstairs. The count now 2-2. There's two away here in the bottom of the second. The Fightin's up 2-0 here as they took an early lead and have held on so far. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss as Lehman gets a 1-2-3 to get out of the second very, very quickly here. Just on, I want to say, 7 pitches to get out of the second inning, and you couldn't have drawn it up any better for the starter. We'll take a short break and we'll head into the Fightin's half of the third.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to a ball game every Sunday home game at First Energy Stadium. Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Classic Harley Davidson. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $50 when purchased in advance. Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long here at First Energy Stadium. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
All right, Fightins fans, we are back in the top of the third inning where Reading leads 2-0 over the Somerset Patriots, and Lehman shutting down Somerset 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second inning. Dalton Guthrie up to bat here as Glenn Otto comes back out after a 1-2-3 inning of his own, and Guthrie taking 2 balls outside. He gets ahead in the count. And if you can hear this graduation in the background at First Energy Stadium, it is getting very lively, which I love the crowd here in Reading, and I'm happy to be a part of this community as Guthrie takes one inside for a strike. 2-1 now. And Otto setting up on the first base side of the rubber. The righty deals and fires as Guthrie fouls it back. Lights have come on at TD Bank Park right now. And the sun is starting to set both here in Reading and in Somerset, as I imagine. And here's the 2-2, a swing and a miss by Guthrie. So he got ahead in the count, and then he strikes out swinging to Glenn Otto. And that'll bring us back to the top of the Fightins order with Daniel Brito. And Guthrie just caught off balance as they show the replay. And it's interesting how much Glenn Otto really digs in on the rubber. Really makes sure his footing is stable as Brito swings and fouls off the first pitch. And the next offering from Otto. A fastball that misses low. The Yankees got Zach Britton back in a trade with the Orioles. They sent over Dylan Tate, Josh Rogers, and Cody Carroll. And they got Zach Britton, which seems to have worked out very well for them as he gets through his rehab and hopefully back to New York to help the team out. Been very hot and cold this season, as have the Phillies. And Otto calling time. He'll step off the mound. And here is the 2-1. It's a bunt sign there from Brito, and he misses the bunt, so it's a called strike there as he pulls back and doesn't get it. And now, as it's 2-2, I don't believe he'll go for the bunt again. But we will see if he has the confidence in himself. Here's the offering. He doesn't bunt, but he drops it in to left field, and it's going to roll just foul. That was a heater up the left field line. And now Brito exchanging some words to Sands behind the plate. And we'll do it again with the 2-2 from Otto. And again, Brito drives it up the third base line. This time it'll stay fair into the glove of Pete out and left. He'll throw it back in. Brito stays at first, doesn't go for two, and on first safely with a single here to start things off in the top of the third inning with just one away. And that was a nice piece of hitting as he was able to straighten out the ball that was rolled foul the first time. He has an on-base streak of 7 games and a hit streak of 7 games as well, so you can go ahead and make that 8 right now as he gets himself on first with just one away. Here's Bryson Stott. Stott still looking for his first hit in Double-A, and instead they'll go with the pickoff attempt to Brito at first before they throw it home. He did walk in yesterday's game and reach on a fielder's choice, but was unable to record a hit. So we'll see if he's capable of that today, as once again, Otto going for the pickoff attempt at first. Now, we've seen the Fightin's aggressive on the base paths, but Brito not really typically taking much of a lead as Otto misses downstairs. It's a ball. And Stott takes another one outside, and it's a ball. So he gets ahead 2-0. Sands setting up on the outside part of the plate, shading his mitt over. Instead, Otto misses way inside, and Stott gets ahead 3-0 here early. Runner on first, just one away for the Fightins. They already lead 2-0. And Brito now is shown taking a slight lead off of first. He's tied with 3 stolen bases, and instead it's a called strike to Stott. Now, the righty Otto can't see Brito over on first. He's got his back to him. Brito taking a couple of steps, and I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to get himself in scoring position here, but Otto definitely, keeping him close, doing a good job of letting him know he is paying attention. Otto leaning over, getting the sign from Sands. Now he'll set up. Ball in the glove, and he pushes himself towards home as the ball flies through the strike zone, and Stott, way out in front, swings and misses. And so Stott, who was ahead in the count 3-0, will now push himself into a full count with a runner on and one out. We'll see what the rookie can do. And driving himself over to second is Daniel Brito, but it doesn't matter. The pitch was a ball to Bryson Stott, so he will walk, and naturally Brito, who's already at second, will stay there, so it's not recorded as anything for the second baseman. But the Fightin's threatening once again with 2 on and just 1 out. Now, what's interesting to note about Stott is that back in high A, he had the same number of walks and strikeouts, which is pretty rare. Most guys have a way higher strikeout to walk ratio, but Stott had 22 of each, and today now he has had a walk, and yesterday he had a walk and has only struck out once, so he is keeping in tune with that. And Jorge Bonifacio, the man that you would want up at the plate now with 2 runners on and just 1 away, steps into the righty batter's box. Looks like there's a little bit more wind flying as it's coming in from right field. The first offering to Bonifacio sharply fouled up the third baseline. And Bonifacio is going to switch his bat. Maybe he cracked into the wood a little bit there. Not exactly sure what went down, but is going to pick up another one as he exchanges it with Nick Matera. And now he'll step back into the righty batter's box. And I'm telling you, he's about as far back as he can get. He's just trying to get himself in the right part of the plate for his type of hitting. So 2 runners on and 1 out here in the top of the third. The Fightins already lead 3-0, or 2-0, excuse me, but they're trying to tack on some insurance runs over the Patriots, and it comes right down the middle to Bonifacio. Sands fires to first with a pickoff attempt to stop, but the throw missed the mark, and it was a good block by Garcia, keeping it from getting away. Way off the money there as the ball bounced into the foul side of first base. And so the count now 1-1 to Bonifacio. Here's the pitch from Otto, and Bonifacio fouling it back. And so with 2 on and 1 away, Bonifacio's count moves to 1-2. Brito on second, Stott on first. And Otto slowing his routine down. Bonifacio chases one in the dirt that bounces before the plate, and he'll strike out swinging as Otto able to get the job done there for the second out here and record his 3rd strikeout since coming in to relieve Britton. And now it's all up to Nick Matera, who hit that 2-run shot in the first to put the Fightins up. And Matera swinging strike on the first pitch. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. The Fightins trying to make something of this. And the pitch, the check swing by Matera, but it doesn't quite matter as West calls it a strike behind the plate. And we'll go for it again. 2 on for the Fightins with 2 outs here in the top of the third. They're up 2-0. And here is the 0-2 offering from Otto. A called strike 3 from West behind the plate. And that'll do it as Otto strikes out the side and the Fightins strand 2 on the base paths. We are going to take a short break as the score remains 2-0. And we'll head into the bottom part of the third inning in just a second.
From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable quality hauling, disposal, and recycling service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 7 Friday home games this season. to Savage 61's Fiesta Fridays, presented by Alex Batanzas of eXp Realty, Humane Pennsylvania, Supportive Concepts for Families, Children's Home of Reading, and Mao Beer. Fiesta Fridays features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural events throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Well, bottom of the third we go as the Titans failed to score in the top half after stranding two runners on the base paths. And we'll be back in the bottom of the third. We'll see if Taylor Lehman comes out onto the mound for his third inning of work. I could only imagine that he does with just 27 pitches after getting the Patriots to go down 1-2-3 back in the bottom of the second on just 7 pitches. And he will come back out to face against Max Burt, who's the number 9 hitter for the first time in the lineup. And the first offering by Lehman, it's in the dirt for a ball. Burt squatting down in the box, touching his bat all the way down. Now he'll fix his jersey. And he'll foul off a pitch from Lehman that's left in the bottom of the zone. Max Burt, the third baseman again in today's game. And once again, the number 9 hitter. He'll foul another one up the third base line as he's fighting off these pitches from Lehman. Lehman, I was talking to about how he deals with the high leverage situations and intense moments, as he had kind of like the one in the first inning where there was a couple of base runners and he's trying to get out of the first, out of the jam without any damage done. And he says he is very reserved with those emotions as a line drive off the bat of Max Burt heads directly into the glove of Josh Stevens out in left. And that'll be one away in the bottom of the third for Lehman. He said he's reserved and he likes to keep his emotions to himself. It's hard not to get, really caught up in those big moments. But he is more of a guy that keeps those to himself and just handles them internally. And so if you don't see much reaction out of him, that's usually why he's having it. It's just more internal. And he bounces one way in front of the mound to Beltre. And it's 1-0 now with one out in the bottom of the third. Beltre flew out to right in his first at-bat. And I think it's very interesting to compare the differences between players who are more internal with their emotions like that and then the guys who really wear their heart on the sleeve during the game. And not to say that those guys that are quieter don't as well, but it's interesting to see the guys who are more public about it, who get very angry or upset one way, and then on the other way get so fired up when they induce a double play or something like that as a ball comes in at the corner. Just missing from Lehman. It's 3-0 to Beltre now with one out. And I just think, that's just dependent on the kind of ball player you are, and you have to figure out which side of that works for you. If you're someone that's too consumed with emotions, then that also can't be beneficial sometimes, as the fourth straight ball comes in from Lehman, and he'll walk Beltre now with one away. And now he will face off against Diego Castillo. Castillo walked last at bat. And of course, they are showing the replay from yesterday of his solo shot out to left. The first offering, it's high. Matera pops up quickly to try to protect Beltre from running over, and he chooses to stay at first, so a good pop up there. We'll see if Lehman goes for any pickoff attempts, because he does have a good eyesight on Beltre at first, who takes about one shuffle off the bag, and Lehman goes to keep him on. And after another pickoff attempt from Lehman, as Beltre not really standing too far off the bag. Miller, though, with a nice swipe quickly. And the save from Biarretta at the back. We'll see if Lehman comes home now with the 1-0 count to Castillo. Here's the offering. It's up high. Lehman also has some other sports interests in high school. When he was drafted in the 34th round, he was also an incredible golfer and basketball player in high school, which is pretty impressive to be that talented at one sport, let alone three. And he will get Castillo to send it high in the sky. Coming over in center is Guthrie, and he'll make the catch in left center for the second out here, as Beltre's stuck on first still. So Lehman facing off against Donnie Sands, who has the only hit so far for the Patriots tonight, compared to the Fightin's 2 hits. Both teams have not made an error in the field. And his offering to Sands is a ball. Two outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Reading still leading 2-0 after scoring those 2 runs with a bomb out to left. Nick Matera scoring Jorge Bonifacio back in the first, and they've kept it that way ever since with solid pitching matchup. And Lehman now getting a called strike to Sands. He'll head in with the 1-1. It's low. Matera sending it to second as Beltre trying to steal, and he'll get him. He'll get him at second base, and for the second time in this series, Matera able to catch the runner trying to take an extra bag. And he did so in yesterday's game as well. Just incredible prowess to catch the runner and retire the side. The Patriots going down without scoring any runs. And as we head into the top of the fourth, the Fightins will retain their 2-0 lead.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Into the top of the 4th we go. McCarthy Tatum stepping up to face Glenn Otto. He's going to drive the first pitch right down back to the pitcher, and he's going to make his way to first as Otto not able to get it to it in time. A beautiful bunt, just perfectly placed to the left of the mound, will get McCarthy Tatum safely on first, and the Fightins start off with a base runner here in the top of the 4th. And that will bring up Colby Fitch now. And instead, Otto going for the pickoff attempt. Tatum. Solid runner on the base pass. We will see if he's going to try to get in scoring position here with no outs. And this time he'll come home, a called strike to Colby Fitch. And the second pitch, he fouls back. So it's an 0-2 count now with the runner on. And Fitch checking his swing. Did he go? Sands just pointing at any one of the umpires, hoping he went around, but he does not. So the count moves to 1-2. And another pickoff attempt to Tatum. But he's safe at first. He'll take a slight lead. Nobody out here and a runner on in the top of the 4th. Here's the 1-2 offering to Colby Fitch. Swing and a miss. He chases one in the dirt, and that's a strike 3. So 1 away now for Luke Miller with a runner on first. And 1 away as the first baseman steps into the righty batter's box. And he'll foul off the first pitch he sees. McCarthy Tatum taking a couple steps on first. The Fightins have been good about getting base runners on these days, but have had trouble batting them all the way in, which is kind of the key part. Can't just get the runners on, have to get them to come home. We'll check in with our other affiliate family, Lehigh Valley, falling behind 5-1 in the top of the 6th as Luke Miller fouls one all the way into what looks like a picnic area up the third base line in TD Bank Park. And our Jersey Shore affiliate, they are up 4-0 over Brooklyn. It's the middle of the 4th. And now the 0-2 to Luke Miller. He strikes out swinging. A high fastball, and he chased it upstairs. That's 2 straight strikeouts from Otto, and his 6th in 2 2/3 innings. So now eyes are on Josh Steven once again. And the 2-out first pitch, it's a called strike at the knees. Tatum started things off with a perfectly placed bunt single. Probably only the 3rd or 4th bunt single we've seen in 2021 so far, I would say. And instead, the pickoff attempt to Tatum once again. Otto now setting up. We'll see if he comes home to Steven. It's in the dirt, and popping up his stands looks like they've got Tatum caught in a rundown in the middle. He's caught stealing. He's stuck in the middle between first and second, and Garcia throws over to Dunn, who's covering second base, and Tatum will get tagged out. We see him walking off with Sean Williams. He's a little frustrated. Sean just saying, you know what, we get back after it in the next half. And that's what they'll do. They're up 2-0 here as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning. We will take a short break and be right back at you with more action.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Bottom of the 4th we go here at TD Bank Park. The Fightins are still leading 2-0. They've had a couple opportunities with runners on the base paths, but not able to get things done. And it looks like Taylor Lehman coming back out for another inning of work as he heads into the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll check on his pitch count, 43 pitches. And I think the Phillies usually letting guys goes to about 65. So we'll see how quickly he gets through this one. And Donnie Sands sending it all the way to the wall. It's being chased by Guthrie. He's running in a circle. Now he caught up with Brito, and as he sends it back in, it is a stand-up double from Donnie Sands to lead off the bottom of the fourth. Now, Somerset only trailing by 2 runs here. And it kind of bounced off the wall oddly in center field. It didn't take the path that Guthrie thought it was going to take, so he kind of ran in a circle. And then Brito tried to chase after it, too. So, Sands on second. Lehman looking back. Now he'll come home. And it's a foul ball up the line for Dermis Garcia. Lehman looking back once again. And instead, he's going to come home. Rounding it to third is Garcia across the diamond. Tatum, and they get one. They're trying to get Sands coming over to third, but it's not in time. A really good play by Miller at first to be heads up and throwing it back across the diamond, but Sands just hustling his way on over. Let's look at the replay. The throw from Miller is a good target, maybe could have been a little lower, and the swipe tag by Tatum just a little late. Good call by the third base umpire Moore as he was safe, but the Fightins record 1 out now, and Somerset has a runner in scoring position for Jason Lopez. And that's a tough play there because it's like, does Tatum hold on to that a little bit longer to make sure that Sands doesn't have time to go, but then you want to make sure you get the out at first and you don't wait too long to throw it. So best to just get the 1 out and take that as Lopez fouls off the first pitch into the third base dugout. Lehman really hasn't allowed too much base running so far. 2 walks, 2 hits in 3 1/3. And it's a called strike to Lopez, a beautiful ball that slopes right over the plate. Lopez setting up in that righty batter's box. Played in high A back in 2019. He's been an all-star catcher, but he hasn't seen much time behind the plate with Sands getting the start there, so will come in as a designated hitter when he can, but holding just a 105 batting average. 1 away and a runner on third. The offering from Lehman high in the zone, and he gets Lopez to go down swinging a huge second out for the starter. And a big pickup. So that'll bring up Isaiah Gilliam, who grounded out in his first at bat. This is the first time we're seeing Gilliam in a game as he gets the start in right. And Lehman's first pitch is low for a ball. Gilliam was a 20th round pick back in 2015. He spent a year in college in Florida and then headed into the draft. 2019, he was in the Florida State League Single A Tampa. He was an all-star there. and was high up in the Yankees organization, third in RBIs out of all their minor league prospects. And he'll take a ball in the dirt as Lehman moves the 3-0 count. Of course, Sand's still over on third, but there's 2 outs now and 2 free bases for Taylor Lehman as he moves to 53 pitches. Trying to get out of this bottom of the 4th cleanly. And perhaps they'll turn it over to the bullpen sometime soon, although would love to see him come out for some more action. Not sure what the Phillies are going to do there. And Gilliam thinks that was a ball, starts to take off his shin pads, but it's a called strike from West. So Lehman stays alive now with the 3-1 pitch. And this time, Matera's setting up on the inside of the plate. It comes way too far inside, and Gilliam walks down to first. Tough walk there from Lehman. His third of the night. And Oliver Dunn stepping into the batter's box. Lehman would love to get out of this inning clean. Phillies have the day off today after winning 17-3 yesterday over the Reds. So much action happened in the game, honestly unbelievable. Bunch of home runs and of course the grand slam as they routed the Reds 17-3 in 18 hits, and nobody made an error in the field. Pretty impressive for Philadelphia as Oliver Dunn takes a called strike and the count moves to 1-1. 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. The Fightins maintain their 2-0 lead. And Taylor Lehman facing off against Oliver Dunn. Here's the 1-1 offering. It's outside for a ball, and it's 2-1 now. There is some action in the Phillies bullpen. I know Mark Appel was supposed to come out first in their piggyback system. We'll see when he does that. And another foul ball from Dunn, so that'll even the count 2-2. Lehman staying alive here in the bottom of the 4th. 58 pitches, trying not to allow anything across. A clean outing would be great for the lefty starter. The 2-2 is popped up, and it's outside of the field of play into the concourse. Lots of fans walking around up there. And Dunn stays alive. And as he settles in, he gets the sign from Matera behind the plate. Matera setting up on the outside part of the strike zone. In comes Lehman, and he gets the job done. A swinging strikeout will retire the Somerset Patriots. Lehman's 4th strikeout of the evening. He'll get the job done. A scoreless 4th, and they strand 2 on the base pass as we head into the top of the 5th. Fightins look to add on some insurance runs. Be right back.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro and Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Here we go in the top of the fifth inning. The Fightin' still maintaining their lead. Taylor Lehman has been absolutely dominant tonight, allowing just 3 hits so far, I believe, to the offense, and 3 walks and 2 hits to Somerset. And now we'll get back into the Fightin's offense as Glenn Otto gets back in for his 4th inning of relief here against Josh Stephen, who takes a first pitch ball. Second one, a fastball upstairs, but it remains in the strike zone. And coming down the middle is Otto, but he misses outside. And the count is 2-1. Stevens stepping back into the lefty batter's box. He'll take another ball outside. And Otto coming into about 52 pitches now. Here's the offering. It's upstairs, and Josh Stephen heads to first as the Fightins have another lead-off runner. Heading down to first with nobody out will be at the number 9 hitter in Dalton Guthrie. Guthrie, one of the Fightins' 4 hits yesterday, and the only runner to cross home in yesterday's contest. So he'll step into the batter's box to face Glenn Otto. Here's the offering. It's inside as Guthrie angles himself back away from the ball. And Stephen taking a couple steps off the base path. Wouldn't be surprised if he looks a little jumpy over at first, trying to get himself into scoring position. And the pitch inside again to Guthrie, and now it does look like Sands will come out for a quick mound visit, and coming in is the third baseman, Burt, as well. He's going to grab the rosin bag and just try to dry off a little bit, and it was a quick meeting as Sands heading back. They got what they were looking for covered. And now the count's still 2 balls and no strikes to Dalton Guthrie here. Fightin' still on top, 2-0. If you're just joining us, those 2 runs were scored off of a 2-run shot to left field by Nick Matera in the top of the first. And it does look like the Fightins are having a little edge on Otto right now as he misses 3 straight after walking Josh Stephen. He's setting up. Glove at the waist. He'll kick and fire home, and it's another ball outside. And that'll put Guthrie on first and shift Steven over to second. That's his second and third walk of the day. And we'll be back to the top of the Fightin's order with Daniel Brito. Now, I can't tell if there's anyone warming up, though it does look like we'll get another visit from Sands, the catcher, and this time it seems like they're going to bring out the pitching coach, which is Daniel Moscos. Have a chat. And I'm stuck getting whatever feed Somerset chooses to give me. So right now they're giving me a shot of their broadcaster and their manager emeritus in a press box interview. So I cannot tell anything that's going on in the field. Apologize for that. Just taking the stream that I'm giving. It's the tough part about the remote broadcast, but happy to provide you with some content about the R Phils while they're on the road. And so the Fightin's now 2 runners on in the top of the 5th with nobody out. But they're still in the lead 2-0, and they're threatening here. As Daniel Brito walks up to the lefty batter's box. Otto looking back at second. Now he'll come home. Brito showing signs of bunt. It bounces in the dirt. Keeping it in front of him is Sands as Brito pulls back. It's a ball. And that's the 9th straight ball from Glenn Otto that we've seen. He's now moved into almost 60 pitches. And with 2 on, Brito showed signs of bunt again. This time he makes contact, but he fouls it back behind the plate. The Fightin's threatening here in the top of the 5th inning. This would be the perfect time to add some insurance runs as they've maintained the lead with solid pitching, but of course would love to have a little bit leeway going into the back end of this 9-inning ball game. Otto looking back at Josh Steven at second. Brito puts down a bunt this time. It remains fair. Picking it up is Otto, firing it to first, and he'll make the out on Brito, but he gets the job done as Steven and Guthrie now are pushed into scoring position. A beautiful sacrifice bunt back to the pitcher will put 2 runners closer to home and just 1 away. For Bryson Stott. Stott, of course, still looking for his first Double-A hit. He's walked twice and reached on a fielder's choice once yesterday. But the Phillies' number 2 prospect was promoted yesterday to Double-A, and this would be the perfect time to get a hit as the ball bounces wild. It stands coming home, Josh Steven. And the Fightin's will score a run, make it 3-0 as the wild pitch gets away from Sands, and Guthrie, of course, advancing to third. Just bounced right in the dirt before Sands' mitt, almost like he made a little bit of a contact with it. That'll be recorded a wild pitch by the official scorer in Somerset, and Otto struggling a bit here in the top of the 5th. With a runner on third now and 1 away for Bryson Stott, who takes a called strike. 3-0 Fightin's now. They lost yesterday to the Patriots 6-1, but looking to bounce back into the win column today as Stott lofts one high in the sky. Going over is Beltre. He's on the run, and it is Pita who ends up making the catch at the wall. But that was a close call there by Bryson Stott, who almost had himself his first hit of Double-A and his first home run, but instead he will head back to the dugout on a fly out to left. And now with 2 outs and a runner's on, the bat is in the hands of Jorge Bonifacio. Bonifacio scored after walking to first and scored off that home run by Matera. And baseball exchange now as they're trying to get something else. And it's fouled off by Bonifacio. The count 0-1 as he faces Otto for the second time. The first time they faced, he struck out swinging. And here's the offering. Swing and a miss there. High in the zone, he chases a fastball that just gets away from him. Bonifacio struggling a little bit since that 3 home run day back at Reading when they faced the Richmond Flying Squirrels. And he's got a wide stance going on in the batter's box. Here's the pitch. He fouls it off again, this time way up the first base line and into the stands. It's a pretty cool foul ball to have, I would say. So the count now 0-2 with 2 outs. And it's 4-0 as Guthrie scored on that sacrifice fly from Bryson Stott. So he will notch an RBI to his name before he gets a hit. And Bonifacio fouls another one back. We'll see what he's able to do here with 2 away. And here's the 6th pitch from Otto in this at-bat with an 0-2 count. He gets Bonifacio to chase a slider, and he retires the Fightins in the top of the 5th, but not before they tack on 2 more runs as Josh Stevens scores on a wild pitch, and Bryson Stott hits a sacrifice fly to left that soars Guthrie. It's 4-0 Fightins as we head into the bottom of the 5th. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be right back for some more game action.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
In the bottom of the 5th we go. The Fightins tacked on 2 more runs in the top half as both Josh Stephen and Dalton Guthrie scored. Bryson Stott notching his first RBI here in Double-A. And taking the plate first, Taylor Lehman out on the mound. Matt Pita swings at the first pitch, driving it into center field, and he'll have himself a base hit to start off the bottom of the 5th. I'm excited to see Lehman come out for another inning of work. Fightins are getting longer opportunities to stay in the game as of now. He come into the inning with 60 pitches. And, of course, we did see Mark Appel warming up. He'll be ready, if necessary, to come in shortly. Though I would be interested to see if they leave Lehman in for this entire inning. So now he'll face against Max Burt. the number 9 hitter, and he'll swing and miss at a fastball up high, and he's laughing at himself. Why did I swing at that? Burt lined out sharply to left field. 0 for 1 today. And of course, Somerset has a runner on here with nobody out. Coming home is Lehman. It's in the dirt, but a big swing and a miss from Burt. And he gets ahead 0-2 now, Lehman. Tries to preserve the Fightin's 4-0 lead. Lehman looks over at the runner. Instead, he's coming home. Popping it up is Burt. It's going to be in shallow center field. Coming back is Brito on the run. He makes the catch and tosses the ball back in quickly, so Matt Pita not able to advance. A good first out there from Lehman. And a nice catch over the shoulder on the run from Brito. And coming in was Guthrie. He gets out of the way to avoid a collision. So now Lehman set to face Michael Beltre for the 3rd time in this game. Bottom of the 5th. 1 away and a runner on. Beltre swings and misses at the first pitch. Lehman getting the sign from Matera behind the plate, who's setting up way outside. And it comes in way outside. Beltre not chasing it. The count moves to 1-1. Lehman still looks like he's throwing high velocity, though I don't have any numbers to prove that. Here's his 67th pitch. It's popped high in the sky to deep left field, but Steven is pretty much in the spot. Can of corn. He makes the catch and left. 2 away now for the Fightins, as Diego Castillo is the next batter up. Matt Pita still stuck at first base. Lehman trying to get through 5 clean. He's only given up 3 hits to the Patriots, no runs. And he's walked 3, struck out 4, as a first pitch called strike comes into Castillo. Runner on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The starter still in this for the Fightins. We've only seen one other pitcher go 5, Ethan Lindau, and popping it up in foul territory is Castillo, but it's going to be in the concession stands over by the popcorn machine at TD Bank Park. And 0-2 now, Lehman getting ahead of things. Runner on first here. Fightins have control of this ball game ever since the 1st inning. And here's the 0-2. Grounded to short. There is Bryson Stott. He'll go for the force out at second. The easy play is made, and that'll be the end of the 5th inning as Somerset strands a runner on first base. The score will remain Fightins 4, Patriots 0.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Mal Beer throughout the 2021 season. Mal Beer and Mal Cinco Estrellas Lager, which is available in the Stadium Plaza Bar, has 128 amazing years of brewing history. Founded in 1890 in Spain, Mal Beer has always been there to satisfy the most demanding taste buds. Make sure to pick up Mal Beer and Mal Cinco Estrellas Lager at First Energy Stadium at our Plaza Bar throughout the 2021 season and at your local retailer. Mal Beer is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 2021 Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mal Beer, the 5-star taste and the quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership at Pottsville Pike today. Fastball, curveball, slider, it's the pitcher's grips that make the difference. And when it comes to cornering, braking, and traction, CJ's Tires and Automotives can improve your car's grip with a new set of Hankook tires. Hankook tires are known for great handling and reliability mile after mile. Together, Hankook Tires and CJ's are your winning team. So whatever your vehicle needs, an oil change, state inspection, brakes, alignments, or Hankook tires, trust CJ's Tires and Automotives in Fairless Hills. CJ Tires and Automotives. They really are better, faster, and more affordable.
Into the 6th inning of baseball we go. Taylor Lehman has been absolutely fantastic on the mound for the Fightins, allowing just 3 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts in 5 complete innings of work on just 71 pitches. And I believe the day will probably be done for the Fightin starter, although would love to see him back for another. Haven't seen anyone go further than 5 complete innings. And Glenn Otto will come back out for his 5th inning of relief right now. And he's going to face off against Nick Matera. Matera takes a first pitch ball and swings through the next one. The count moves to 1-1. Fightins are leading 4-0. And Matera takes one downstairs. It's 2-1. Otto at 72 pitches right now. No idea if anyone is in the bullpen or not for the Patriots. And Matera drives a slider out to center field, going back at the wall. It bounces off the wall. Trying to chase it down is Gilliam out in right. And Nick Matera with a stand-up double to lead off the top of the 6th. The catcher getting the job done here. This is the 3rd straight inning that the Fightins have led off with a base runner. And we'll see if they can capitalize with it like they did in the top of the 5th, where they tacked 2 more on. A couple more insurance runs don't hurt. So Matera, with his first double of the season, gets the job done. Starting things off with a runner in scoring position for the Fightins, and now McCarthy Tatum up to bat. The third baseman in the righty batter's box. And the first pitch, a called strike. Good framing there by Sands behind the plate to pull it back in to the strike zone. Matera taking a couple steps off of second. Coming home is Otto, and fouling it back is Tatum. Now, yesterday we saw Colby Fitch take a base, his 3rd of the season. And you don't often see a catcher lead the team in steals, so I wouldn't be surprised if Matera tries to nab one of his own. And here's the 0-2 from Otto. It's well outside. Good block from Sands not to let him get by him. Matera closer to home here. New Jersey native himself, out of Roxbury, New Jersey, and he went to Rutgers, which isn't exactly near Somerset, but not too far away. And that'll be strike 3 for Tatum as he goes down looking. The 8th strikeout here in relief for Otto. And so that will bring up Colby Fitch, who's 0 for 2 on Ks himself. Coming into today, Otto had 35 strikeouts to his name. And he'll tack on 8 more as of now. Fitch fouling one back. Runner on second with 1 away here in the top of the 6th. The Fightin still leading 4-0 over the Somerset Patriots. They rocked into Zach Britton, the major leaguer rehabbing, in the top of the 1st for 2 runs and have been in charge of this game ever since, as Fitch balls behind 0-2 now. Fitch in the lefty batter's box. Here's the pitch. He swings and regrets it. Chases one up high, and he looks angry walking back to the dugout, his 3rd strikeout of the day. And Matera still stuck out on second with 2 outs now for Luke Miller. And Mark Appel is now warming up in the Fightin's bullpen. Was the piggybacker coming out of the pen first today. We'll see if the end of the day is done for Lehman, I would imagine. And the first offering to Miller he chases at for a strike. It was the 80th pitch of the night to Otto. And setting up way outside is Sands. They'll try to get Miller to chase it. The offering, he does, driving it right into the third baseman's glove, and they're going to catch Matera in a rundown. So they'll go with the easy out as Matera is tagged by Burt at third, but the Fightin's still up 4-0 as we go into the bottom of the 6th. We'll take just a short break as we get back into things.
Better pitching, faster base runners, and more runs batted in usually beats the competition. At CJ's Tire and Automotive, better selection, faster service, and more affordable options always beats the competition. When it comes to tires, CJ's MVP choice is a new set of Falken tires. Falken tires are known for handling, reliability, and value. And for more than 50 years, CJ's has been helping customers find the right tires at the right price. Together, Falken Tires and CJ's are a winning team. Stop in any time at your local CJ's or shop online at cjtires.com. CJ Tires and Automotive. Better, faster, and more reliable.
We've been privileged at ROG Orthodontics to be part of the local community for over 60 years, creating generations of fantastic smiles.
We're honored to be voted the #1 orthodontist year after year and proud to be the top Invisalign provider in the region.
We passionately believe we're changing lives every day right here in the community where we live.
We offer interest-free, flexible payment plans
And provide monthly scholarship programs for free braces.
Be sure to check out our magnet contest to win free braces.
We love seeing our patients' successes, knowing we had a part in changing lives.
One fantastic smile at a time.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an R-Phil's game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play as Los Luchadores de Reading Latino Tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive needs.
Who's this kid? Ew, that's gross. Yeah, I'm good, man. Thanks for the visit. Appreciate it. Well, Mark Appel comes out in relief here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the day is done for the All-Star starter, Taylor Lehman. Get you his line. 5 innings of clean work, just 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. One of the best starts we've seen from any Fightin starter thus far, and he's maintained a 4-0 lead for the Fightins. And Mark Appel now stepping up onto the mound. He's the piggybacker for today's contest, as we thought so going in. Usually there's some sort of routine in the rotation. And DePel also comes out in the start sometime. In his last inning of work, he went 3 innings. This was off the start, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Gone back and forth between starts and bullpen appearances, and he will send a first pitch strike right down the middle to Danny Sands. Appel, I talked to him. He said he's open to being either a starter or a bullpen guy, whatever the Phillies are looking for and need out of him. Of course, arguably they need both, and he will get Sands to foul one back. So he gets ahead in his count 0-2. Appel, of course, the former first pick of the draft. Back in 2013, he went to the Houston Astros, but retired in 2017, and these are his first professional games since then. As Sands fouls another one back, here's the 0-2 from Appel. It's inside for a ball. Appel just really enjoying his time back at the ballpark. And although he is 29 and a little bit older than most of these AA guys, he still fits in so well. I heard him talking the other day to some of the players about the video games they were playing and how they relax in their off time. And it's interesting to find out who's into those sort of stuff and who's not. I feel like it's split such 50-50 between the guys that play the games and the guys that don't. But if they're into it as they play all different things. Popping it up is Sands, and once again, it's going to go foul. The count evening 2-2. But I just found it funny listening to Mark Appel talk about it. Still, so good natured with the rest of the guys. So happy to be back and sharing the clubhouse with them. Seems in very positive spirits. So he'll fight against Danny Sands. Here's the 7th pitch of the at bat. Coming in, Sands taking a timeout to fix his batting gloves. Now he'll step back into the box. Appel looking ready to throw. Here's the 2-2. It's inside, but chasing it anyways on kind of an accidental swing is Danny Sands. So Mark Appel will record a strikeout into the top of the 6th inning to the first batter he faced coming in for relief. And Dermis Garcia now stepping into the batter's box to face off against Appel. Appel could really go for a 1-2-3 inning. Just to come out hot here in Somerset. And he'll get a huge swing and a miss from Garcia as he chases one way outside of the strike zone. And Appel working quickly now. He offers a ball. Doesn't get Garcia to chase outside of the zone. And next offering is downstairs again. It's 2-1 count. Appel, another one of those guys that was drafted a couple times before he chose to sign, but what was different about the way Lehman chose to wait, because he was in the 34th round, is he gets another swinging strikeout. Dermis Garcia chases one way out of the zone, and it's 2 for 2 on swinging strikeouts there from Mark Appel. So Lehman was drafted in the 34th round out of high school and chose to take the time to go to college and try to improve his draft pick. But Mark Appel was drafted 3 separate times, and twice he was drafted in the first 10 picks. And he just wanted to wait off just a little bit, try to, improve himself and get a little bit more mature before he signed. And it seems like Appel's really in control of the decisions that he makes. He is patient and he thinks through everything he does, and that really shows here and now. So, first called strike to Jason Lopez. It's inside, but it is right on the strike zone. And Appel's offering misses outside. And it does look like, you can tell sometimes when Matera sets up behind the plate, if he sets up inside or outside. He sets up inside or outside. So you can kind of tell where the pitch is meant to come in. And if he throws it outside, just because it's a ball doesn't mean that that's not where he was trying to place it. They're just trying to get the batter to chase something outside in the zone. So Lopez fouls another one off. And, you can tell if they miss if he sets up inside and the pitch comes outside, or if he sets up inside, but the pitch is way inside, obviously not looking for something like that. And another ball coming in from Appel, so it's 2-2. And one misses outside again, so it's a full count now as Mark Appel inducing 2 swinging strikeouts in the top of the 6th. Fightin still leading 4-0, and Mark Appel with the payoff pitch. It's a called strike 3 to Jason Lopez. He gets him to go down, and a punch out from West behind the place. 1-2-3. Mark Appel strikes out the side. And as we finish the 6th inning, the Fightins still lead 4-0.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530. The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, J.P. Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's J.P. Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. J.P. Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Top of the 7th, we go at TD Bank Park. The Fightins have held on to their 4-0 lead. They scored 2 in the first and 2 in the 5th. The bats have been pretty quiet for Somerset tonight due to the Fightin' Phils pitching. Taylor Lehman went a strong 5. Mark Appel coming in 6, getting down Somerset 1-2-3, striking out the side. And Josh Stephen leading things off in the 7th. Against Glenn Otto, coming back out for another inning of work, 82 pitches for the reliever, and a swinging strike out of Josh Stephen, the first pitch thrown in the 7th. And the offering is a called strike at the knees from Otto. Still seems like he's rolling through. even though he's been out for quite a while now. And Steven with his bat on his shoulder coming home, driving the pitch up to first base, and it's going to be unassisted play by Garcia as he steps on the bag to retire Steven. So one away in the top of the 7th for Dalton Guthrie, who walked and scored on the sacrifice fly from Bryson Stott. And the offering from Otto is a strike inside. Fightin spend the next 4 days in Somerset, New Jersey, while they play the Somerset Patriots, and then they'll return home from June 8th to 13th as Guthrie chops one foul and falls behind 0-2. The stadium will return to 100% capacity here at First Energy, and we're excited to welcome all of our fans back to the ballpark. Tomorrow night, though, at First Energy Stadium, we'll be hosting 2 district final games, 3A games, Elko, while missing, and Governor Mifflin versus Wilson, as Guthrie goes down swinging, regrets chasing one low, and he'll be sent back to the dugout now as there's 2 outs in the top of the 7th. I will be on the call for those 2 high school games here. The first one beginning at 4:30. Myself and Paul Roberts will be on the air to cover the big high school games of Berks County. And this game will still be a remote broadcast. It will just be with the feed from the Somerset broadcaster Mark Schwartz on the air. Brito chases the first pitch he sees, sends it deep into the outfield. Left fielder Pita coming on to make the catch, and a 1-2-3 inning. Down go the Fightins in the top of the 7th. And as we head into the bottom half, fans, I encourage you to stretch, but then come back to the computer as the Fightins still are up 4-0.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Character Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with your family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and photos and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phil's mascot band. Regular game tickets are $30 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G coverage and speed. No one else covers more Americans with the fastest 5G. The R-Phils are proud to introduce T-Mobile as the title sponsor of our Plaza stage. Fightin' Phil's fans can continue to expect great performances on game days and non-game days. The T-Mobile stage is home to great bands, such as the Truest Fightin's mascot band and many others. It will also continue to house great musical performances during the off-season.
Unlike any other area at First Energy Stadium, the Stadium 61 Dugout Suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages.
Bottom of the 7th inning we go. The Fightins retain their 4-0 lead. Mark Appel came out in the bottom of the 6th and got Somerset to sit down 1-2-3, striking out the side. He will return in the bottom of the 7th to face Gilliam, Dunn, and Pita. Now, it's interesting to note that I said before, I talked to Appel, and he's very open to coming out as a reliever, but all the relief experience he's had doing for the Fightins this season has been early relief because the starters were being taken out, in the 2nd or the 3rd inning, and to come in the 4th is a lot different than to come in the 7th or 8th in that position. So it's potential that Mark Appel might be better coming out late in the game in a high leverage situation instead, and the Fightins have not had many opportunities of that as of yet. But if that were to turn around, that could also be another option for Mark Appel, because all of these different situations feel so different. And Appel now will see Gilliam. The first offering is a foul ball up into the concourse. Appel now working quickly. He sends a pitch outside for a ball. So, of course, it's one thing to start and know that you're trying to go long. It's another thing to come in early and try to be an innings eater, to come in later and try to, get through high leverage innings, or to know you have to throw velocity to close out the game. Obviously, the Phillies have Hector Neris to close, but they don't have a ton of go-to back of the bullpen guys the way Zach Britton would be that number 8 guy for the Yankees. So it's possible that Appel could try to fall into that role, and we just haven't had much opportunity for that. So, he's looking strong right now. I don't want to touch on anything too early, but we can just remember that there's so many options for these guys throughout the game. A lot of different situations for them to come out in. And so he works a full count pitch to Isaiah Gilliam. And here's the payoff pitch. It's inside, so he'll walk him. This is Appel's first base runner, and the first base runner in the bottom of the 7th for the Somerset Patriots. So that'll bring up Oliver Dunn, who's 0 for 2 today. And his first offering to Dunn misses outside. And a good frame there by Matera as he tried to pull it back into the strike zone. It went exactly to where his glove was waiting, but it was just too far out of the strike zone. And now Appel offers again to Dunn. This time it's upstairs. Good pop-up by Matera to save it from getting away from him. Of course, Gilliam's still on first with nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. That's a third straight ball from Appel. And now he will get a called strike as Matera sets up on the outside of the plate again, but this time it hits the corner of the zone, and they'll get the called strike from West. 4-0 our Phils here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Oliver Dunn stepping into that lefty batter's box. And he'll take another one upstairs, doesn't chase after it. And he moves to 3-1. A runner on first here with nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. The Fightin' Phils hold on to their 4-0 lead, looking to hold on to it for at least another 3 outs as a big swing and a miss. He does chase the next pitch upstairs, so it's interesting back-to-back pitches from Appel were fastballs on the corner and fastballs upstairs. And the second time on both, he got Dunn to chase. And this time he gets one right on the corner of the plate, and Dunn thought he walked. He made it about halfway down the base path and then is jumping up and down and does not get the call that he was looking for. But Appel notches his 4th strikeout there. His second looking to get the first out in the bottom of the 7th. A huge pickup for him. Totally different ball game than 2 runners on, nobody out, and instead it's 1 runner on, 1 out. Pita now up the plate. He lofts the first pitch he sees into left field. Bonifacio making the easy catch, and there are 2 away quickly there, so it's turned around for Mark Appel as there's a runner on first. And 2 outs here for Mark Appel. Looks a little hot on the mound in Somerset. He's one of those guys that wears a long sleeve under his uniform, even though it's probably about 75. Some guys prefer to work up a sweat. Some guys, try to keep as cool as they possibly can. Different for everybody. And he gets a called strike to Max Burt. One runner on first, 2 outs here, trying to get out of the bottom of the 7th cleanly. And he gets Burt to chase another one. So Appel getting ahead 0-2 now. He's adjusting his jersey. We've seen the guys kind of adjusting them all night. Don't know how they feel about the road grays in comparison to some of the other ones. I've heard that the throwback Tuesday and Thursday jerseys are the player favorites, as Appel throws one outside, and the graduation is ending at the ballpark, so excuse me if the crowd noise is a bit loud outside. I've heard the favorites, the Tuesday royal blue throwbacks, and of course the Thursday classic black Arphil's jersey with the Art Train hat are another favorite. Just the way that they fit and the way that they look. It goes up the middle, diving Bryson Stott, not able to grab it, and it'll get into the outfield as Max Burt singles to center, and that'll push Gilliam over to second. So there's 2 on with 2 outs here. And tough that no one was able to make the play. I think even if Stott was able to stop that ball from going into the outfield, I don't think he would have been able to pop up and get it anywhere in time, as it was just really deep in the hole behind second. So Appel trying to get out of a little mini jam here. The Fightin's still up 4-0, but there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd, and we're back to the top of the order, though, with Michael Beltre. Appel looking back at Gilliam and sending this deep to right field is Beltre. It bounces off the wall. Bonifacio not able to get to it. It is a stand-up double to Michael Beltre, and 2 runs will score. An RBI double from Beltre plates both Gilliam and Burt all the way from first. And I don't know if Bonifacio thought that was gone. He did run back at the wall and then just kind of watched it land on the wall in front of him. And it didn't bounce off the wall, just died right at the bottom. And so tough to play it like that. 2 runs scoring as Burt was going on anything from first with 2 away. So the score is now 4-2. Reading still maintaining the lead. And we will see a visit from pitching coach Brad Bergeson as they try to get the final out here. They look confident about it, discussing their plan as Matero now jogs behind the plate. Diego Castillo now up. Fightin's trying to get out of the 7th without any more damage. They're already leading 4-2. Somerset plated 2 in this half off of the double from Michael Beltre, and Appel now to face Diego Castillo. He gets a called strike at the knees. Here's the offering by Appel's swing and a miss as he gets ahead 0-2 over Castillo. Four to two. Fightin's leading over the Patriots here in the bottom of the 7th. They have a runner on second, a chopper right into the glove of Tatum across the diamond, and that will do it, but not before Somerset plates 2 runs. The score is 4-2 as we head into the top of the 8th. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be right back for some Fightin's offense.
Shots Electric has been in business 45 years. Tompkins Vist Bank does everything for us, from our banking to our insurance. They provided us new ideas and solutions. For example, remote deposit. It's very convenient because it's 24/7. I'm confident Tompkins Vist will be with us in the future.
Tompkins Vist Bank and Tompkins Insurance. Service, stability, strength. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Tompkins Insurance products are not FDIC insured and are not bank guaranteed.
The Fightins feature special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yingling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Vist Bank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Top of the eighth we go. It is the end of the day for Otto, who went 6 innings of baseball, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned 3 walks, and a whopping 10 strikeouts. He now has 45 on the season. Pretty impressive. And he threw 88 pitches. Bryson Stott stepping up to bat, swinging on the first pitch from Carlos Espinal and popping it right into the glove of the third baseman Burt. So 1 away in the top of the eighth. So Carlos Espinal is the call to the bullpen for the Somerset Patriots. Typically used as a reliever, Espinal was signed by the Yankees, an undrafted free agent, back in 2015 out of the Dominican Republic. Jorge Bonifacio fouling one back now. Fightin's lead 4-2 in the top of the eighth inning. They're hanging on here as best they can. Typically, Espinal about 3 innings of a closer, so we'll see him probably take on the eighth and the ninth, as Bonifacio taking a called strike outside. And here's the offering from Espinal. Popping it up sky high is Bonifacio, all the way to the outfield wall, and at the warning track, Beltre makes the catch. He golfed that one from low in the zone all the way out to the warning track. It didn't look like it had it on it, but it just kept going. And he looks a little bit upset, but in a happy way. He's had a lot of power on that, just not able to carry it over the wall. And he'll head back into the dugout as Nick Matera takes a ball outside. in the offering from Espinal. Upstairs for a ball. The right-handed reliever, just 5'11", 175 on the mound for the Somerset Patriots. And again, Matera taking one outside, so he gets up 3-0. The Patriots also have two players who are out playing in the Olympic qualifiers. Kevin Gadia, who is in Nicaragua, and Oswaldo Cabrera playing for Venezuela, both representing their countries. We saw Richmond had one of those as well. And, of course, Luke Williams up in Lehigh Valley on Team USA as Matera takes a called strike. We saw him send one over the fence out in left field back in the two first runs of the game. And he'll swing and miss, making the count full at 3-2. And now Otto setting up. He'll kick and fire home, and he'll get a called strike 3 as Matera knew it. He immediately turns out and walks back into the dugout. A 1-2-3 inning of relief for Carlos Espinal, and we will get back shortly in the bottom of the ninth inning. Running out of time here at TD Bank Park. The Fightins lead 4-2.
Shots Electric has been in business 45 years. Tompkins Vist Bank does everything for us from our banking to our insurance. They provided us new ideas and solutions. For example, remote deposit. It's very convenient because it's 24/7. I'm confident Tompkins Vist will be with us in the future.
Tompkins Vist Bank and Tompkins Insurance. Service, stability, strength. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Tompkins Insurance products are not FDIC insured and are not bank guaranteed.
The Fightins feature special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yingling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Vist Bank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Bottom of the eighth at TD Bank Park as the Fightins lead 4-2 over the Somerset Patriots. Mark Appel heading out for his third inning of work. Gave up 2 runs back in the 7th, and we'll see how he does here in the 8th as he sends 2 balls in consecutively to Donnie Sands. Sands 2 for 3 today. Appel struck him out back in the 6th. And now he'll get a called strike. Matera kicks out behind the plate. And Appel up to 42 pitches now. He'll kick and fire home. Just misses upstairs for a ball. 3-1 the count now to Sands. Fightin's looking to get out of this inning quickly. They would like to get back to bat, and sending it all the way over to right field in the foul territory. Bonifacio chasing it all the way over to the bullpen for Somerset, and he just runs out of room. He's joking with the guys over sitting down at the wall. chased over it. It was just still in the field of play, but in foul territory. So it's a full count now, and we'll see if Appel can get the job done. Here is the payoff pitch. It's shot back up the middle. Coming in is Guthrie. Misplays it, dives, throws it back in. He hustled after it, I'll say, and kept Sands to a single. They're going to record it. So it did drop kind of in front of it, and off the bounce, it got by Guthrie, but he hustled after it so fast, Sands wasn't able to get over. And I think they would have, if he advanced, that might have been advanced on an error. But Guthrie hustled so hard, he was able to save his own miscalculation. And we appreciate the effort. As Dermis Garcia stepping up now, another strikeout victim of Appel's earlier. He takes an 0-1 count as he swings and misses. Four to the score. The Fightin still on top here, looking to close out the game strong. And the offering from Appel, chopping it up in foul territory, is Garcia. Now, I would expect them to put in Hernandez to close out the game. He seems like the closer for the Fightins now, especially with Joel Cesar out with an elbow strain. Fightins haven't had many opportunities for a save situation if the game stays as it is. I would expect Hennigan out of the pen. Matera sliding over to protected ball to get by him, and he does just that. Runner on first, and a 1-2 count. Appel would love to induce a double play here. Let's see what he can get. Here's the pitch. Instead, it's popped up high in the sky, coming over Bonifacio in foul territory. This time he gets to it. He hustles to throw it back in, but it doesn't look like Sands is going anywhere because, of course, you can tag up with that kind of play. But Sands is going to stay on first as it was in a little bit shallow. So good for Bonifacio, able to make the catch this time in foul territory and retire Dermis Garcia. So there's one away now and a runner on first still for Jason Lopez. Lopez 0 for 3, all strikeouts today, and we saw the frustration last time he was sat down by Appel. And the first offering is low, a ball. A check swing there by Lopez, but he didn't go around. And not sure if Somerset's making a call to the bullpen. They just showed us their dugout, and someone was on the phone in there. And popping it sky high is Lopez, but he'll foul it back. Fightin's up 4-2 now here in the bottom of the 8th inning. There is a runner on for the Patriots, but one away. They're trying to add some on here as they are down 2 runs here late in the game. And the 1-1 from Appel. It's outside, though. It was close. That was a close pitch and just doesn't get the call from West. And Mark seems to have slowed down his rhythm just a bit here as he looks back at the runner on first. Not super concerned with runners, Appel is, as another foul ball from Lopez comes in and the count evens at 2. You do see a lot of guys that get really concerned with the runners and they try, throw over with the pickoff attempt. And usually it's not the pickoff attempt that gets them, it's the caught stealing that'll get the runner. Occasionally the pickoff attempt does work, and if you want to throw off the routine of your batter too, that can help. But some guys, it's just more of a distraction. They'd rather focus on who's at the plate. Another foul ball coming in, Bonifacio, and he dives into the stands to make the catch, but he's not able to get it, and he's laughing over there with Brito. That's the third foul ball he's chased as he's thinking about diving in the stands. They're making the motion as he got about halfway over the fence. You always see players dive over and ruin people's nachos or something like that. 6 pitches now to Jason Lopez from Mark Appel. It is a battle here with 1 away and a runner on first. We'll see who comes out on top. And the offering is fouled again, this time up the left field line. And still fans at Somerset Park. Kid with a glove over there is able to get the catch. 2-2 still to Lopez. He leans back, moving his bat around in the righty box, and Appel deals home. That seemed like it fell right in the strike zone, but seemed to have not come down far enough as he tried to curve one down, but it just doesn't have enough movement on it. And so it's a full account here. Mark Appel versus Jason Lopez. We'll see who comes out on top. The 8th pit of the bat, and he'll send it into center field. It's going to drop in front of Guthrie, who plays it cleanly, and that's a single for Lopez as he wins the battle. And that'll shift Sands over to second. So 2 runners on and 1 away for the Fightins here with Isaiah Gilliam just batting 180 on the season, and it looks like the day is going to be done for Appel. We'll take a pitching change as he's not able to get through the 8th. Does go 2 1/3. And it does look like it's going to be Jacob Hernandez who comes out to get the job done. So we're going to take a pitching change break, and then we'll be back for the rest of the 8th.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at First Energy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you front row seat to all the action at the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with large see-through netting. Starting at $31, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit Fightins.com or call us at 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phil's game ticket for only $18. No need to visit the concession stands. You can add a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet to any ticket. Selection includes barbecue chicken, barbecue sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, fruit, cookies, and Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL, order online at Fightins.com, or visit the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
The Art Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightins baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on artphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer all of your questions and listen to all of your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership on Pottsville Pike today.
The R. Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightin's Baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils. The world-famous Fightin' Phils mascot band celebrates its 21st season in 2021, with pregame concerts starting Saturdays in May thanks to Truist. You heard right, actual mascots playing in a rock and roll band. See Quack the Rubber Duck on lead vocals and guitar, Screwball on drums, Bucky on bass, Change Up on bongos, and Blooper on lead guitar. A real band jamming on the T-Mobile stage before Saturday games this season. Don't miss the one-of-a-kind Fightin' Phils mascot band. Pre-game on Saturdays thanks to Truist.
Well, Mark Appel got us started to close it out, and then Jacob Hernandez got the job done with 2 swinging strikeouts to end the bottom of the 8th as Somerset strands 2 runs. The Fightins lead 4-2 as they head into the top of the 9th, and up to bat is McCarthy Tatum. Tatum fouls off the first pitch he sees and then takes a ball in the dirt from Carlos Espinal. Tatum must be towering over Espinal as the third baseman standing 6'6" compared to 5'11" up on the mound. It was totally in reverse with Taylor Lehman, who's 6'8". And another called strike to Tatum. And the count moves to 2-2. Down to the final 6 outs here of the ball game. The Fightins up by 4-2. They look to split the series 1-1 with the Patriots after they took yesterday's game, and a called strike 3 to McCarthy Tatum sends him back to the dugout with 1 away in the top of the 9th. Colby Fitch, 0 for 3, all strikeouts today. And he'll take the first pitch, a ball outside. Fitch, the designated hitter tonight. And he'll ground a ball slowly up to third base, barehanding it is Burt across the diamond, and a split from Garcia at first. They'll get the out call from Biarretta at first, and that was impressive defense on both sides of the corner of the diamond. As there's 2 away now in the top of the 8th, let's watch this replay. He barehands it, and it was all about the split from Garcia to get it in time. Now 2 away in the top of the 9th. It's time for Luke Miller to head up to the batter's box. Miller takes one way outside. It's a ball. Miller still with a team leading 5 home runs. Of course, a couple players catching up behind him with 4, as Matera's shot out to left notched him his 4th of the season, and a swinging strike evens the count to Miller 1-1. And the next offering comes in low. Good frame there from Sands, but he just can't pull it up too much. 2-1 the count now to Miller. And he takes one. Good patience there not to swing at a ball outside. Two outs here in the top of the ninth inning as Miller fouls one back. The Fightin's down to their last out of the game before they try to shut down the Patriots. They're leading right now, so there will be a bottom of the ninth in this away game. And the offering from Espinal as Miller chases one way outside. That'll be a strikeout and the third out here in the top of the ninth. Stick around, Fightin's fans, to watch the team close out this game. They're winning 4-2 and just 3 outs shy of a road win. We'll be right back.
The Fightins feature special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yingling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Viss Bank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an Phil's game, great food, music, entertainment, and so much more here at the ballpark. The team will play as the Los Luchadores and will be wearing their Los Luchadores de Redding Latino tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive deals.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
Bottom of the ninth we go. Fightin's fans, your Phil's up 4-1. Jacob Hernandez on the mound to close things out. He came in back in the eighth to get the job done. 2 swinging strikeouts to strand 2 runners on for Somerset. And all he needs is 3 outs in the ninth to get the save and the win for the Fightin Phils. And fouling one off is Pita. It's way outside of the field of play, although Bonifacio, of course, coming over. Ethan Lindau in line for the, Taylor Lehman in line for the win after going 5 innings strong and leaving with a 4-0 lead. Although it's 4-2 right now, Fightin's looking to hold off the Patriots for just their second road win of the season. And a swinging strike makes Pita fall behind 0-2. Upstairs is a ball, and the count 2-1. Fightin's 4 runs on 4 hits with 0 errors. Somerset 2 runs on 7 hits with no errors as well. And another ball coming in from Hernandez. It's 2-2. Somerset has gone 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position, leaving 8 on base. And that's why they have more hits than the Fightins, but they just haven't been clutch when it comes to it. And the offering from Hernandez. Upstairs, a good pop up by Matera, and it's a full count now. And that will be the fourth ball as Pita jogs down to first base. Hernandez setting himself up for the double play is what I'm assuming as Max Burt steps up into the box. Now, I was listening to an interview trying to learn some fun facts about Hernandez. Well, I was trying to learn some baseball facts, I'll be honest, about Hernandez. But they were asking him some personal questions too, as he sends a pitch high and a good pop up from Matera to keep Pita at first. And they asked him what his favorite place to eat out was. And he interestingly responded very quickly. And he said his favorite takeout. So let's all remember that this is takeout, not his favorite place to actually go to, was Applebee's. So I was stunned, and that interview was like 3 or 4 years ago. So he might have had a different answer, He's grown up a little bit. 25 now. So what you say at 21, you can't really always contain, but I thought that was an interesting fun fact from Hernandez. And he'll get a called strike the second time in the row to Burt. So he's still looking for his first out here in the bottom of the ninth. He'll step off the mound and try to regain composure. Pita on first. Definitely antsy as they're down by 2 runs. The offering by Hennigan, Hernandez, it's in the dirt. Good block there by Matera to keep it in front of him. Jersey Shore took their game 4-1. Oh, it's still in the 8th. Wow, a slow rolling game in Jersey Shore. 4-1, they lead over Brooklyn. That game is complete. It just updated on my screen. I thought so. That would have been a long game. And the Iron Pigs game is complete too. Scranton Wilkes-Barre won that game 10-2 over the Pigs. And a strikeout from Max Burt on a foul tip, and he is angry. You can see him saying some choice words as he regrets chasing one down low, and he throws his bat. And that'll be the first out of the 9th inning for Jacob Hernandez. Michael Beltre back to the top of the order. Had a pretty big double back in the 7th, but never came across. He'll check his swing on the first pitch, and they're going to say he went. So he's 0-1. And it's a called strike from Hernandez, so he's got him down 0-2 here. Runner on first. They'd love to get the second out here. Just build some confidence and try to take the win. They're up 4-2 right now. Lehman in line for the win, and Hernandez would get the job done safely. He'd record a save. Beltre fouling one back, and the count will remain 0-2. Now he takes a pitch upstairs. He wants to swing, but he holds off, and it's 1-2. And The next pitch comes up way higher from Hernandez. Two balls, two strike, it's even. And he'll get him down swinging. A big pickup, a swinging strikeout to Michael Beltre for the second out of the 9th inning. And that'll bring all eyes to Diego Castillo with 1-0 out left for the Somerset Patriots. The Fightins leading 4-2 here. And the first offering comes in upstairs, kind of a defensive indifference for Matera as Pita takes second easily. Just focusing on the batter here, trying to get the job done at the plate. Hernandez is absolutely locked in. And here's the offering. That ball is shot way out to left. Fans, you're not going to believe this. We are tied up in the 9th. A 2-run home run from Diego Castillo makes this game 4-4. And he golfed that one over the fence and left. We're tied at 4 here in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs. And you just knew as soon as he swung that it was going over, and he could not be more pumped up as they're showing video footage of the Somerset dugout. So if Hernandez is able to get this final out, we will have some extra innings baseball in Somerset. And of course, that will be played with the rules of a runner beginning on second for both teams. 2 straight balls coming from Hernandez now. And finally, he'll get a called strike on the bottom corner. So it's tied 4-4 in the bottom of the 9th inning. And popping it up, it's going to go foul as the count evens 2-2 to Sands. A 2-run shot from Castillo plates Matt Pita and knots it up at 4. And chasing it is Sands. A drop third strike from Matera, but he'll throw it to first and get the job done, but not before Somerset ties up this game at 4. Looks like we're going to extras in New Jersey. Free baseball, if you like to think about it that way. So we will take a short break and return for the top of the 10th.
The Auto Ride of Reading Power Alley Pub features a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet, private bar with a bartender, 2 rows of seats, bar stool seating, and 4 cafe tables. The pub provides your party a private area to enjoy the ballgame away from other fans. Auto Ride of Reading Power Alley Pub may accommodate up to 30 people. Enjoy socializing with your group and watch the game from a unique vantage point. Visit rphils.com for more information.
When the Red and Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Wyomissing's Family Restaurant Bakery, PJ Willahan's Pub and Restaurant, Collegeville Italian Bakery Pizzeria Napolitana, Jimmy G's Railroad House, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria, and Klingers on Carsonia for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners, but don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today. Gear up for the Fightin' Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phil's team store at First Energy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
Well, tough way for things to go down in the bottom of the ninth inning. Hernandez gives up a 2-run shot to Castillo, and we're all knotted up at 4 as we head into the top of the 10th. We've got a pitching change. Greg Weissert comes out. He's had 9 appearances, 9 1/3 innings thrown. And we will see what he has to offer here in the 10th. He was drafted in the 18th round back in 2016, sort of local to New Jersey. He's from New York. And we will see what he has to offer against the Fightins, who will be starting with Josh, Steven, then Guthrie, and back to the top of the order with Brito. So they will start with a runner on first, who would have been Miller, and it looks like they're going to put in a pinch runner. Archimedes Gamboa checks into the game as the pinch runner, and he's on second. And that's what they do right now in the minor leagues, is they try to quicken up the extra innings games as they put the last out of the previous inning on second, and the Fightins choose to substitute Luke Miller with Archimedes Gamboa. So Josh Stevens at the plate. He takes a first pitch ball, and coming home way inside, almost knocks Steven off of his feet, and I'm not even sure how Sands was able to keep a hold of that. Gamboa looks ready to run on anything, obviously already in scoring position, but usually this runner on second thing leads to quick runs being scored by both teams. And sending it foul is Steven, so the count now 2-1. So obviously very important for the Fightins to score here, as Somerset will also start with a runner on second. Should they choose him, it will be Donnie Sands, but thinking maybe they'd choose someone else other than the catcher to pinch run, though they do have their other catcher in the game already, Lopez. But you want a guy quick that could score easily, since it might be your only opportunity. Most teams I've seen go for the bunt attempt just to push the runner to third, though not the Fightins right now, as Josh Stevens a part of this at bat. 3-1 pitch. It's at the corner, and it's a 3-2. Leaning over, Weissert. The righty stands up tall. They're trying to do a fake play with Castillo behind Gamboa, and he checks his swing. Did he go? And I think he did, because he looks angry, and he is having a lot of words with West behind the plate. We'll see on the replay if he checked his swing or if they're going to say it was in the strike zone. Definitely was high and looked like he went around. So Josh Stevens will be the first out, striking out in the top of the 10th. And that'll bring up Dalton Guthrie. Here's the offering. It's low for a ball. Doesn't look like Guthrie going to go for the bunt either. Now there's one away. It's kind of a different story. Weissert looking back at Gamboa. Instead, he'll go home, and he gets the inside strike call. So it's even 1-1. Gamboa on second. He's that runner to start. And one out in the top of the 10th. Weissert looking back, and here's the offering. It's low to Guthrie. Guthrie trying to keep the Fightin' Phils alive. I think they need to score one here in the top of the 10th because I had the opportunity to see this runner on second thing back in Lynchburg, and it creates a lot of offense as bobbling it is Gilliam in right, and Guthrie making the most out of a play in his life. Very, very interesting. He pops it into what is maybe a tougher play. Gilliam on the run. I don't know why he dove for it. He didn't have to dive for it, but he dives for it, and as his glove hits the ground, it pops right out. He almost doesn't even realize it, and Guthrie was hustling so hard. He's able to get to second. Now, Gamboa thought it was going to be caught, so he didn't go anywhere. Because he would have had to tag. So he is still on third. I don't even know how to put this in my scorebook with the runner starting in advance. And I'll just write it in up top. So Guthrie on second, Gamboa on third. There's one away, and we're back to the top of the order with Daniel Brito, who takes a first pitch ball. So this is going well in the top of the 10th, I would say. They have two on in scoring position, and they only have one out off of that bobble from Gilliam, which could have easily been two outs. And again, the pitch comes in outside to Daniel Brito. Brito's been pretty solid offensively, so we'll see if he continues that right now. Would be a perfect time. As I said, he's got an 8-game on base and hit streak added to that today. His longest was 11 games. He'll swing and miss at a pitch. And he's had 4 multi-hit games. So, Gamboa at third, Guthrie at second, and the pitch coming in outside to Brito. It's 3-1. We're in the top of the 10th. The Fightins were up 4-0. Then they were up 4-2 after 7. Then in the bottom of the 9th, a 2-run shot from Castillo knots it all up. And here we are in the 10th, battling once again. The Fightins not ready to give up. They have 2 runners in scoring position, and Brito fouls one back, and a kid so excited to get the foul ball up on the third base side. And so Daniel Brito stays alive. Here's the full count pitch, swing and a miss. He chases one right down the middle, but he's way out in front. And that will be 2 away as Brito walks kind of dejectedly back into the dugout. Fightins have to score here. They had the opportunity with 2 in scoring position. We do see someone warming up in the pen. It's Zach Warren. He has been absolutely stellar these past few appearances, really turning things on since his first couple. But, and what they're not showing me is a mound visit because I see it coming up in the game advisory. So there is a mound visit going on right now, and I'm getting some action of the bullpen. No pitching coach visit, just the catcher to make sure they're on the same page. And it looks like they're going to intentionally walk Bryson Stott, which intrigues me. They're going to walk Bryson Stott to face Bonifacio. And Bryson looks just as confused as I am, as he will take first on an intentional walk. And I guess Bonifacio has struggled a little bit since that day with 3 home runs. But I mean, the man hit a grand slam the other day. He's played in the major leagues. I find this an interesting choice. I mean, understand that it's a lefty versus a righty. With Stott, you're pitching to a lefty, and maybe that's the difference here. Now it's a righty on righty matchup. You got to really trust your stuff to walk the new to double A rookie to face the former major leaguer, and you could easily walk in a run here now that the bases are loaded. So, once again, the bases are loaded, and there's 2 outs here. A ball from Weiser to Bonifacio, and it's 0-1. Coming in the dirt, a good block there by Sands as Gamboa ready to go on anything. And I would love nothing more than to see Bonifacio pelt this over the fence, especially after it says kind of something to a player when they walk the guy intentionally in front of you to load the bases. And I mean, I guess they could go for the force out now at first as Bonifacio fouls it off. I hope he takes advantage of this. 2-1 the count here to Jorge Bonifacio. We're knotted up at 4 in the top of the 10th. And the bases are loaded. And here's the offering to Bonifacio. Lofts it into the sky. Going back is Castillo, and the shortstop makes the catch in shallow left field. So the Fightins fail to score here in the top of the 10th. They'll have to get through the bottom half cleanly. The score is tied at 4. And of course, Somerset will start with a runner on. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for the bottom half of the 10th.
Be the first to know everything about your Red and Fightin' Phils by signing up for the Baseball Town Insider email newsletter. Once you become a Baseball Town Insider, you will receive breaking news about Fightin's promotions, including giveaways and guest appearances, special events, exclusive offers, and discounts on tickets and merchandise, just for being a Baseball Town Insider. Visit Fightins.com to sign up for this free email newsletter. Baseball Town Insider. Stay in the loop and become a member today.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G coverage and speed. No one else covers more Americans with the fastest 5G. The R-Phils are proud to introduce T-Mobile as the title sponsor of our Plaza Stage. Fightin' Phils fans can continue to expect great performances on game days and non-game days. The T-Mobile Stage is home to great bands, such as the Truest Fightin's mascot band and many others. It will also continue to house great musical performances during the off-season.
Looking for a place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightins game? Look no further than Geico Funland. Geico Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini putt golf, ring toss, and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next R-Phils game at Geico Funland. And thanks to Pete Shaw, your local Geico insurance agent, located at 2733 Paper Mill Road, Suite X3 in Wyomissing.
Well, it looks like the Fightins will go with Zach Warren here for the bottom of the 10th. Warren has been absolutely stellar in his 10 appearances, 12 and a third innings pitched. He has a 2.92 ERA, but I'm telling you, if I looked at the past 5 or so games, it's got to be way lower than that. He's held opponents to a 178 batting average, and he has a team high 20 strikeouts. Well, he's tied with Ethan Lindau, but not for long. I don't think he's going to be able to get the job done here. And we'll see if he can hold the Somerset Patriots to nothing. We do have some substitutions. Obviously, Donnie Sands starting out at second, and Gamboa will shift to third because he came in for Miller, And Tatum is going to cover at first now. So that's what's going on in the field for the Fightins. And the first offering to Dermis Garcia. Looking back is Warren. Now he'll come home. It's a swinging strike. Knotted up at 4 here in the bottom of the 10th inning. And we will see if Warren can get the job done. He sends one in the dirt. It's a ball. Fightins had some opportunities in the top of the 10th. They had the bases loaded, but were just unable to get anything across. And fouling it off is Dermis. Sands taking quite a big lead off of second. There's nobody covering. And the 1-2 now from Zach Warren. And popping it up, coming over is Bonifacio. Is he able to make the catch at the wall? He does. And man, that was closer than it looked, as tagging up is Sands. And big fly ball out to right, although it just seems like a quick out. It actually puts the runner closer. And of course, all they need is one run here in the bottom of the 10th. Jason Lopez heads up to the plate, and Sean Williams coming out to talk to Warren. I'm intrigued. What is the plan here? Probably not going to go with anyone other than Warren here, but he must have something up his sleeve, as the entire infield is in right now. And they're discussing strategy. Maybe Warren has his glove over his mask, the rest of the guys nodding around him. And now coming in, Dalton Guthrie, who's out in center. Why did he come from the third base side? It's so hard when you're calling remotely. I can't even tell what's happening right now. They're all at the mound. Guthrie came from the side. Now he goes back to center. I don't know where he was. Sean Williams heading back out to the dugout. Not often that you see the manager come out for a chat. Usually, and they are going to walk Jason Lopez, so that will set them up for the double play. See, now that makes a lot more sense to me than walking Bryson Stott. So they're going to walk Lopez intentionally, but they'll be set up for the double play here with one out. And now they'll try to go after Gilliam, which is probably, well, equal a bet as Lopez, but with a runner at first, you're set up for the double here, and Lopez is smiling as he heads down to first with a free pass. Gilliam digging in at home plate, not a groundskeeper's best friend right there. And they just need him to ground into a double play. The infield is about it, and that's why they had Guthrie come in. You know what they did? They had him come in so they could get him to exchange his mitt. He's got an infielder's mitt, I bet, because now there's 5 infielders. We saw the R-Phils do this back when they had their others extra game in Bowie. So they've got 5 infielders in there just trying to preserve the run, but instead it'll go out to the outfield, and coming in is going to be Sands. So it's a walk-off win as Gilliam singles to right field, and scoring is Sands. They being Somerset, wins 5-3. 5-4, walking off in the bottom of the 10th. A tough loss for the Fightins, but they showed some good baseball here. They really did. It was competitive the entire time, and I see some positivity in their future. Tough loss there, but I liked the game, and they'll do it again tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back for some more Fightin's